Hello, my name is Mary Spencer and this is my video for the signature assessment. In stage 1, we watched a video clip from the movie Sophie's Choice. The scene of the clip takes place in what I would assume to be Nazi Germany. There is a frightened woman with her 2 children and also a Nazi official. In stage 1 of the assignment, we are asked if we think the Nazi officer did anything wrong. I do think that the officer did many things wrong. For one, he flat out sexually harassed a frightened woman and then told her she would have to choose between which one of her children to keep, I guess, like in order to survive or to do the right thing. Then when she made her decision, he decided that he would just go ahead and take both of them away from her. So I think all those things were wrong for many reasons. But then in stage 2, we were asked to reply to a peer. I responded to a student named Madison, and we felt the same way for the most part about the things that the Nazi officer did wrong. We both agreed that he was wrong for sexually harassing her, wrong for making her choose between her children, and wrong for taking them away. So in stage 3, we are asked to reply to another peer who asked us a question from our original post. I replied to a fellow student named Corey. Corey asked me if I believed that if neither child was taken, would Sophie still feel the same about the Nazis at the time? I responded to Corey by saying that yes, I do believe that she would still feel the same, because even if she did not have children that would have been taken from her, it was still a very scary time for all civilians, meaning like even if someone wasn't saying, oh, we're going to take your children away from her, I'm sure she was still really scared, as were a lot of people during that time. Alright, so lastly, in stage 4, we are asked to go back to the original person who we responded to, and we are asked to evaluate their case study from a philosopher's point of view. So that means I went back to Madison's post and interpreted the video from a chosen philosopher, and I chose Aristotle. I chose Aristotle because he had many different views on all different kinds of things and morals and different kinds of people. I read a little bit about him, and I learned that he believed in he believed in a lot of things, but there's this one thing I read about where it says that there's like 3 levels, I guess. There's 3 different things one a person could do and be and believe in, and the first thing was like the lowest of the totem pole, and that was a person who believes and just lives for like pleasure, like sex, drugs, things like that. And then the second thing would be, okay, politics, that's a little bit better. And then the best thing of all would be like to be a philosopher, someone who does philosophy. So that made me think, what would he think about the Nazi officer? So that made me think that he would see the clip and think, oh, well, the first thing that the Nazi officer does is harass the woman, asking her if she wants to go to bed with him. So that makes me think that he's like the lowest, the person that's just pleasure seeking, obviously, because if that's the first thing that's on his mind when he walks up to somebody, that's pretty low. And then, however, he's a politician, but he's kind of a crappy, gross Nazi politician. So it made me think, okay, how did that happen? So Aristotle believed that the people who were pleasure-seeking people were the people that were uneducated or had a poor upbringing. So I was thinking maybe he was like a loser, kind of nobody type guy until the Nazis came around and he saw that as an opportunity to gain power. And now that he's a Nazi officer, he likes to go around abusing his power because he's not very smart or like enlightened or anything. So that was my philosopher's kind of weird interpretation on that. All in all, I think it was a pretty interesting project. It was nice to see other people's point of view and do the comparing and contrasting and try to think about it outside the box. But yep, that's my video. Thank you.